I'm reading a book called Culpability by Bruce Halsinger.
Mm-hmm.
That book is about AI and so many things that we use that are driven by AI.
Mm-hmm.
So who's culpable when things go wrong? You know? So the book starts out with a car accident. And the car is self-driven by AI.
Mm.
So if somebody gets hurt,
Who?
is it the teenager who's sitting in the driver's seat? Is it the dad who's sitting in the front seat? Because you know, when a child gets a driver's license, the parents are responsible.
Right.
Or is it the person who created the AI and it went wrong? And also in the book is, you know, we have these speakers, AI speakers,
Mm-hmm.
chatbots. So if you use the chatbot for help,
Mm-hmm.
if they give you bad help,
Mm.
who's responsible for that?
That's a good question.
It's a really good book. I finished it
Would it on you for
already.
believing it if you follow it?
Say again?
I said, would it be on you for believing it if you follow it?
Well, think about some of the lawsuits that we've seen in America where people have held, for example, the nicotine companies responsible for your choice to smoke.
That's a good example. Yeah.
So who is responsible? Who's culpable? It's really a good book. It's called Culpability
Awesome.
by Bruce Halsinger.
Right.
Okay.
You got my questions and you don't want to guess. I got a recommendations and that I can suggest. Yes, this library questions not a part of request. Here's Beryl and Lauren with instruction request.
Well, hey, Ospreys. My name is Lauren Odom, and I am the instruction librarian.
And I'm Beryl White-Bing. I am the virtual learning librarian at the Thomas G. Carpenter Library.
And we are
Instruction Requests,
where we talk about common research questions, helpful resources,
and innovative technology in the Thomas G. Carpenter Library.
All right. How you doing today, Brian?
Oh, I'm good.
Good.
I'm good.
All right.
So we ready to start?
We are ready to start.
Okay.
We're getting through the summer. The summer is going by really quickly, actually.
It is. I saw on LinkedIn today that we have 35 days left until fall.
It's too fast.
So in the next two episodes, I'm going to reiterate everything that's coming up and going on in the whole library, not just instruction.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, so today's topic is anthropology and archaeology resources.
Yes, I'm excited about this.
I'm excited about this too.
I have a lot. I have a lot
Okay.
to share.
Well, let's get into it. So there were a number of, we're going to do the research question of the day. And there were a number of anthropology related questions. So I just chose one. And as always, I am not going to provide any identifying information, but we had a question about how to word a search to view cultural impact on friendships in adolescence. So they wanted to know how to formulate their keywords or a search string to perform that kind of search.
Well, I'll tell you, I've been using what you showed me, the AI assistant, to do that.
Yes.
Very good. Speaking of culpability.
Speaking of, there you go. So that was my first thought. So my first thought would be to do a search string using the Boolean operator and to do something like cultural impact and friendships and adolescence. You can use a database like AnthroSource, and it's EBSCO. So you can put each terms on different lines. And then as EBSCO does, it does predictive text. So then it would actually suggest to you other ways of using those terms when you type them in. But then you can also use the OneSearch AI assistant.
Mm-hmm.
You can prompt it in plain language. So you can simply ask your question, how can I word the search to view cultural impact on friendships in adolescence? And then it's actually going to generate a series of search strings for you with key terms and Boolean operators that you can then take and use across platforms. So the OneSearch AI assistant is very much a useful tool.
Yeah.
And
Work smarter, not harder.
Very much so.
That's what technology does. I'm kind of partial to technology because,
We know, yes. I'm team use it as a tool, but we still need to know how to do certain things.
Work smarter, not harder. It's the cheat code. Okay, not a cheat code. That's a bad word in education. But
exactly,
it is a tool that you can use. It is a tool that you can use. And it's a legitimate tool because it's provided by the library.
Yes.
It's the OneSearch AI assistant. And if it gives you the search string or some suggested search strings, what's wrong with that?
Nothing. And the great part about it is that you can take any of those search strings. Because I like to tell students, we have to figure out how to ask our search engine the same question, essentially, in different forms until we generate the kind of results that are most effective for the research that we're doing. And so sometimes that OneSearch AI assistant will pull words that you might not have considered when you were generating your own key strings. So that's really cool. And then whatever it generates, you can modify it to your own liking so that you can yield the kind of results that are going to be useful in your process.
So what would you say to a student who's opposed to using AI in any form? Some people are opposed to using AI in any form, just like people were resistant to cell phones and resistant to
yes.
You still have some beta versus VHS people when I was young.
I understand.
So you have some people who don't want to use AI for ecological reasons and the energy that it uses, that type of thing. So what would you say to a person?
I would say that we would do things the old-fashioned way, if you will. Take a sheet of paper.
Right.
Or, you have a whiteboard available and then break down your search string, break down your search terms, and then come up with synonyms. And this is what I say in all of my instruction. Anyway, when I start my instruction, I talk about the process of developing search strings before I go into the AI assistant, because I want you to know how to do this, regardless of if you have a tool to help you or not. And if you use a tool, you know what it has done for you, right?
Yes.
So write out your search terms. Figure out some Boolean operators that you may want to use in the search. So in the case of my example, I'm using and, but we can use or, we can use not, depending on how we want to expand or limit the search.
Okay.
And then come up with some synonyms. So you could use something like a thesaurus.com to find synonyms for cultural impact, to find synonyms for adolescence or friendships, and draw out a list of each of those synonyms, and then do like a mix and match of those terms with your Boolean operators in your search engine and see what comes up.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I say work smarter and not harder, but for those who don't want to use the tools that we have available in such as AI, some people don't even want to use an online thesaurus. They want to use a book.
You can go to a physical thesaurus or even a dictionary and find synonyms. And
if you have the time,
you can
go
do it
right ahead and do it that way.
It's still good to know how to do it.
Yes, it's always. You have to know how to do it.
You have to know how to do it.
I go by a breakfast spot, but I know how to fix my own breakfast, but I like to go to the breakfast spot.
Hey, one's convenient, but you know how to.
There you go.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
All right. So what is happening in instruction?
I actually have a list so that I won't forget
Okay.
anything. I spoke with Deborah Williams, who is our scholarly communications librarian, to find out what's going on in instruction for faculty members. And she's preparing for the new faculty orientation breakfast on August 5th. We're having a faculty welcome tabling event on August 28th. And Feathering the Nest is from August 11th to the 15th. So Feathering the Nest is a new initiative hosted by the President's Office to celebrate UNF's dedicated faculty and staff.
Very nice.
So we probably will have different events that will in the library for that. In the VLC, we're supposed to get 28 new MetaQuest 3s. I know I've been talking about that for a while.
Yes. Uh-oh.
I'm just saying.
Uh-oh.
But we do have them. They're there. But there's a process.
There's
to
a
go
process
through.
to all things, yes.
And I'm impatient. I like to do things yesterday.
They just have to be installed eventually.
But I want to get my hands on it to play with them. You
Yes,
know what I
of
mean?
course.
But not to play with them, to figure out a way to use them in instruction.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
So, but they are here. So we have 28 new MetaQuest 3 headsets and 16 new VLC computers
Okay.
that should be installed before fall semester starts.
And that's important because
Yes.
you're not just replacing the headsets that are there. You're moving to the Meta platform.
The Meta platform, but Steam is still available on Meta.
Okay, good.
There's a Meta app on the Steam. There's a Steam app on the Meta store.
On Meta Store, okay.
Plus, we'll still have the computers so we can download Steam and still access. You can use a Meta headset with Steam.
Okay, so you're not moving 100% to a different.
Right.
Okay.
So, but we will have the newest headset and the most popular headset in America, the MetaQuest 3.
Hey.
I've gotten approval for the ACRL yard signs. They'll be back out. The ACRL yard signs highlight the 6 frames for research, and it gives you a little bit of information about each frame, like using contextual information.
Right.
Information has value. I can't think of all of them.
I can't think of all
I can't think of all of them, but it's 6 of them.
Yes.
So look for those yard signs. They'll be out until December. So I've gotten approval to put them back out.
Nice.
And they will teach you, students, faculty, and staff, to become proficient researchers and all of the tools that you need to become a proficient researcher. Also, faculty, here is a great reminder, and I'll do this on this episode and the next. This is a great reminder for you to check your Canvas, check all your Canvas and syllabus links to library resources. This is a message from Acquisitions. We are ready to help fix anything that's broken and would rather do that now than wait for students to report broken links. So if you have a link to, say, an ebook in your course syllabus or some library resource, I need you to check your syllabus, check the links to make sure that they work, and report any problems or questions to Library Acquisitions at lib-acq@unf.edu. And please remember, just because we have an ebook in our collection does not mean you can use it as a textbook. It's a great practice to check with Acquisitions about what we own and what we get in a package, because what we own you can use. What we get in a package, if they notice that 100 people are using it,
Yes.
then they might cut off access. So don't run into those problems. Contact Library Acquisitions at lib-acq@unf.edu.
And just to input, I would even just say that if you are using a library book at all, whether the link works or not, please reach out to Library Acquisitions to let them know that you are using one of the library books in your class at all, good or like whether the link is broken or anything, so that we can have a list of whose access might be compromised if we were to run into any issues with the vendors.
Exactly. Okay, and the last thing I have is another reminder to both faculty and students. Faculty, if you are assigning, go talk to a librarian assignments, or students, if you have been assigned, talk to a librarian and ask them 5 questions. Talk to a librarian and make sure you find out what resources you have available. Any kind of assignment like that is very general in nature. I need to remind you guys that when you book a research consultation, it doesn't have to be one-on-one. It can be 5 of you in one session.
Right.
You can just put, when you book your research consultation, you just simply put how many people are going to be in the session. It's in Zoom, or you can come face-to-face right there on the 3rd floor, and we can help each one of you. And the general information that we talk about is the same on every research consultation in those kind of assignments. So just a reminder to let students know, and for students and faculty to know, that if you do assign that, just remind your students. I love for you to assign it. I'm not telling you not to. I'm saying that if you do assign, talk to a librarian. Remind students that they can book it all together. They don't have to do individual ones. So like, say if Lauren and I are doing the assignment, and I say, okay, I'll book it, and you come in my session, or you come up to the VLC with me, then you can just say 2 are going to be in your research consultation, and we'll be expecting 2 people.
Yes. And if there is a requirement to have that confirmation that the student did attend, we can still send the confirmation for each person that attended the session.
Exactly. Also, the very last thing I have to say is in the fall, we will start back up with open office hours. And open office hours will be from, is it 11 to 1 or 11 to 2? 11 to 1, Monday through Thursday, and in Zoom. So with research consultations, you have to book 24 hours in advance. For open office hours, we have a Zoom room that is UNF Lifts. That's the name of the Zoom room. We have a Zoom room. It'll be on the library calendar, so make sure that you check the library calendar for the Zoom link, and you'll be able to just pop into Zoom and talk to a librarian immediately. Because research consultations, you have to book them 24 hours in advance. So if you have an immediate need, you can drop into that Zoom room. Also, during midterms and finals, we will have 1 week of pop-up library instruction in the library.
Yes.
And hopefully on the 2nd floor in one of the study rooms there. And we'll just be in there for you to pop in. So if you see any of us in a study room, come on in. Don't worry about, I don't want to disturb that lady. You just come right on in.
Yes.
Come right on in and get that help. And that'll be during midterms and before finals.
And these things will be on the library calendar.
Right.
If you are looking and you're like, how do I know what day?
Yes.
It'll be on the library calendar.
It'll be on the library calendar. And we're trying to encourage students to look to that library calendar for our podcasts.
Yes.
For open office hours, for pop-up library instruction,
Tutoring,
and all
events.
all of the events that our student engagement librarian does, and faculty for your faculty events in the library.
Absolutely.
So because I'm going to be having drop-in hours in the VLC on Fridays.
For faculty.
For faculty.
Yes.
For faculty. So yes. So just train yourself to look at the library events calendar.
Wonderful.
Okay. I know that was long-winded.
Yeah, we do have, we have a lot of things coming up, and we offer a lot of services.
Yes.
And I also want to highlight that we we offer research consultations for faculty. So I had a meeting with a faculty member this morning, and she was saying that she didn't know that. And she was speaking to someone that works at another university, and that was saying that wasn't an option for them. And I was like, yeah, we're here.
Some libraries, some schools charge faculty for that service.
Wow.
Yeah. It depends on how deep it goes.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
But here we don't charge. So if it's faculty needing the support with our resources, please reach out and schedule an appointment with us.
Okay.
All right, let's talk about
anthropology and
archaeology. Okay, so to start, as usual, we have to get to those resources in our databases. So you will want to go to the UNF Library website at unf.edu/library. Then you will click on Database List, the link that is located next to the OneSearch search bar. It will take you to this page. And then you can click on the Anthropology and Archaeology option in the subjects drop-down menu. So we have 14.
Where'd you get 48 from?
I have no idea. We have 14 databases that are on this list of options, and we'll just go through a few of the options for your anthropology and archaeology research. So the first one is AnthropologyPlus, which is an EBSCO database, as I mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is where you can start typing in your keywords, and it's going to suggest some terms to you that you can also include in your search. And it has those Boolean operators built in there, so you can choose your and, your or, and your not. And you can do a basic search. You can get more in depth by changing your all fields options. And if you need more assistance, then, reach out to one of us. The cool thing about EBSCO databases is right where it says searching AnthropologyPlus, if you click that link, any kind of research that you're doing in EBSCO, you can search within multiple EBSCO databases at one time. So that can kind of limit the number of searches you need to do. But this is AnthropologyPlus. Well, I got it mixed up earlier in the research question of the day. I meant AnthropologyPlus. I said AnthroSource. But AnthroSource is a kind of like a platform where you can access multiple anthropology journals.
That reading room is very nice.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And so I made a slide for the journal. So you can choose journals by, which one they have. So they have City and Society, economic anthropology, cultural anthropology. You have a number of options there. And then you can choose by topic. So if you didn't necessarily have a particular journal in mind, you can search what's available based on the topic that you're doing.
Look at that, technology and material culture.
Very nice.
That's nice.
Very nice. The next database we have is eHRAF. I'm not sure how you
EHRAF.
There you go. Archaeology. So this is our archaeology database.
Okay.
And it's also really cool because you can search by traditions. So it's like this A to Z list of eras or like times in history.
Okay.
So yeah, you would have to go and look through that. It's really, really cool.
And you'll see, and when I go to the VR archaeology experiences, the digs that they have around the world are in places you've never heard of.
Yeah, like the terminology, like the Neolithic era.
Yeah.
But there's an option where it says display use fors. And if you toggle that on, it's going to change what the titles are, and it gets even more technical. But yeah, it's like you said, things you've never even heard of before.
It's a very interesting field.
Yeah. You have subject, so you can browse by subject. Again, A to Z. What does it say? A is abortion and infanticide, accounting.
Wow.
I know, right? And then
I was talking to one of my students who's an anthropology major, and I asked her, what's the difference between anthropology and archaeology?
Mm-hmm.
And she told me archaeology was a part of anthropology.
It makes sense.
And I didn't know that. I would think anthropology would be a part of archaeology, but it's not. Because I was just wondering what the difference was. But okay,
That's a good question.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
And then that's a great question.
Yeah.
Then you have the documents option where you can browse by specific historical documents, which I thought was like super cool. So I wanted to show how to navigate this website, not just doing a basic search from.
Yeah.
When you choose the link in the database list and you land on this page and you have that search bar, don't just limit your search to, some keywords and see what comes up. Actually go through some of these lists and see if there's something that would be of interest to you.
That's great. So when we're talking about VR, anthropology, this is a visit. It's called DryVisit.
Interesting.
Underwater Virtual Visit. And it highlights underwater archaeological sites in the Mediterranean.
Oh, wow.
Which is amazing because I think, not Cleo, who was it with Mark Antony? Was that Cleopatra? I think that sunk in the Mediterranean, didn't it? I think her palace sunk in the Mediterranean. So I'm wondering if Cleopatra's castle is in here. That would be great. DryVisit Underwater Virtual Visit. There's another one called Sharjah, and it has all of that information in it. And I think that is in the Middle East.
Okay.
An archaeological Metaverse Center. And that's actually created by an archaeological group in whatever country that is.
Okay.
I think it's United Arab Emirates is where this is.
That's really cool.
And then, of course, there's the Japanese Cultural Property VR Museum. That is Anthropology and Archaeology. I just put them together because I think they go hand in hand. And then this one is another underwater, I guess it would be an archaeological site of maybe like a shipwreck.
Okay.
I guess. It's an archaeological site of Plomarkpella, as well as a Norwegian galleon Anna Rosa. So I guess,
a ship. Yeah,
yes. I wonder if the Titanic, because there's a Titanic VR as well on Meta PC version. And I'm wondering, because I went to a museum once and they had all of the Titanic materials that they brought up. So I imagine that would be an archaeological site as well.
Yeah.
Masterworks is one that I really like because it has a tour of the cliff dwellings in Arizona. So you can go through the cliff dwellings in Arizona and other things like Mount Rushmore and stuff like that. But Masterworks is a VR experience on Meta. Meta also has a section called VR for Good. So sometimes in anthropology, the faculty members are studying a particular part of the world. Say, for example, that picture is representative of the mercy ships that go and help people in third world countries that need medical assistance. So this particular VR experience is on the mercy ships.
Oh, wow.
And then, of course, there's always YouTube VR. The channel that I love is called Within. It's a channel on YouTube VR, and it also has different things like bringing water to the Thar Desert or climate change. The whole climate change series is on different aspects of climate change and how it's affecting different parts of the world. This particular one says famine, but they have others that are on different topics and saving children's lives in Karachi. So whatever area of the world you're studying, YouTube VR is a good source for 360 videos that will bring you face to face with the area that you're studying. And then I invite faculty to check out a GoPro Max from the library. And if you are working on a dig, or you are traveling during the summer, or you're doing particular research in an area of the world, check out the GoPro and take it with you. And just set it up on a tripod and do a video. And you can bring it back to the VLC, and either we will help you, or I'm sure CIRT can help you. And I think Andy told me, that CIRT has an Insta360 X3. Is that right? And then I want to show you that DHI, the Digital Humanities Institute, also has Insta360 X3s that are available for checkout for faculty to use. So if you want to create your own VR experience, you can bring it to me after you get the video together, or after CIRT records one for you. I think the CIRT camera that you can't check out, but you can ask for them to come to your site and do a 360. Is that right, Andy? Yes?
Possibly.
And then once you get the video, if you want to put it up on the library's YouTube channel, it'll be available for everyone.
Now, is that available in the VLC, or do they have to go to DHI to check that out?
Well, I'm a member of the Media Lab of the DHI committee, and so I can check it out for them.
Okay.
Or they can go by the DHI Media Lab and ask for a 360 camera.
Okay.
And then, of course, the library's 360 camera, you have to have 24 hours notice to check it out, but not so much for the DHI cameras. So, faculty, if you want to create your own 360 experience on whatever you're researching in the Northeast Florida area, please check out a camera and then either upload it to your own YouTube channel, or send it to me and I'll upload it to the VLC's YouTube channel, or I can request that it be uploaded to the library's YouTube channel, and that way we'll have a collection of 360 videos for anthropology and archaeology.
And then you also have the Matterport, right?
I do have the Matterport camera that's also available for use. Now, the Matterport camera doesn't take a video, but it will take a picture. And Dr. Robert Richardson would be happy to help you with your research.
There you go.
Because he has the camera right now.
Yeah.
So that's really good. The Matterport would be. And we have a Matterport subscription. So, it works out.
Yes. So we have a lot of really cool things for anthropology and archaeology, and it feels like it's not a subject that comes up very often.
No.
But there are even more cool databases. Like one I didn't mention was called Project Muse on the list. And it pretty much has like all these publications that you can explore within it.
Yeah.
Kind of like a JSTOR, if you will, but like books and journals. Like you can see the covers of them with the photos and everything. There's a lot of interesting things available, and there's a lot of VR experiences.
A lot of VR experiences. That was quite a bit, and I didn't do all of them.
Right.
Because Meta also has MetaQuest TV, which also has some experiences in it. So I have yet to not be able to find anything in VR if you wanted to incorporate VR into your instruction. So I encourage you to get in contact with me at libraryvr@unf.edu, or drop in on Fridays from 11 to 1.
Yes.
And come talk to me.
Yes. And then you can be our Library VR champion.
Then you can be a Library VR champion.
Yes.
We'll kick that back up in the fall.
We shall.
Okay.
All right. So in the next episode, we are going to talk about business.
And I have 2 metaverse that I want to talk about.
All right.
Yes.
Well, thank you for joining us for another episode of the Instruction Request Podcast. If you need assistance with research, you can always schedule a research consultation, or you can always schedule
An instruction request.